This is the IST Health Tip of the Day. I'm your host, Roberto Parker. This podcast, we tackle the tough questions related to exercise, training for athletes, human performance, biochemical, biomechanical dysfunctions, problems that sometimes you have questions about that you don't quite know the answer to. So stay tuned, enjoy, take good notes, and God bless. Hey, what's up, guys? Roberto here with IST Health Tip of the Day. Let me ask you a question. Who are really the health experts relative to your short term, long term, and medium term health? The reason I'm asking this is because recently I've had a couple of conversations with people explaining what I do for my living. I help people with their eating habits, with their training, with some prevention, trying to target stressors in the body so they don't get disease, so they don't get sick. Because right now, everybody's going crazy. I think we're too divided, personally speaking, over the whole coronavirus thing. But I've had some conversations with people, and this says, well, Roberto, you're not a doctor. What do you know? I'm a little bit offended by that, to be honest with you. And I will admit, I'm not a doctor, nor do I want to be a Western medical doctor. That is not what I do, ladies and gentlemen. I am a certified holistic practitioner who also happens to be a former strength coach. I also work with people in the area of muscle toning, weight loss, sports performance, speed, and agility. Now, let's talk more about just helping you target stressors in the body, because that's really what I do. I don't prescribe medications. No, I don't give people shots. I don't. I don't do surgical procedures. No, I'm not a medical doctor. I try to target where you are relative to your stress, physically, mentally, emotionally, and chemically. And we try to mitigate those stressors so you have a better health mechanism within your body. That is what I do. No, I am not a doctor, nor do I want to be a doctor. Now, let me explain something to you. Getting back to who are really the health experts. Medical doctors practice Western medicine. Now, let me say this. I believe in Western medicine to a point. Western medical doctors are good at trauma. If you puncture yourself with a nail or a piece of glass, you fall off the roof, you have a car accident, you break your leg in a sports contest, maybe a baseball or football or basketball game, you need immediate medical attention. Medical doctors can do that. A chiropractor is not going to help you. A nutritionist is not going to help you there. A physical therapist is not going to help you. You need immediate medical attention. Absolutely. During that acute phase of what's going on with you. But once it gets into the long-term phase, that's where people who are more Eastern minded, that is Eastern medicine, which promotes healing, self-healing, that's where they can help you, in my professional opinion, more. Someone like a chiropractor, someone like a holistic nutritionist. That's where they come in. Okay, now there's physical therapists. Physical therapists work a lot with doctors because you have to usually get a prescription to go to a therapist. But a therapist is also good because that's going to get more into rehabilitation and possibly prevention. So let's talk about physiology versus pathology. Pathology is the study of diseases. The study of diseases. How do you cure a disease? There's two ways that they're taught in medical school. Prescribed medication, surgical procedure. That's it. Prescribed medication, surgical procedures. Now, there's some doctors who talk to you a little bit about nutrition, yeah. But I'm be real honest with you. Medical doctors don't take a lot of nutrition in medical school. They don't. Medical schools are financed by pharmaceutical companies. What do pharmaceutical companies want to promote? Pharmaceuticals. Once again, Western medicine promotes pathology. I, on the other hand, being a more of a holistic person, I look at physiology. Physiology is a study of how cells are working at the molecular level. Stress has effect on your cells. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, sometimes a little bit in the middle. Sometimes things are manifesting themselves. They're slowly building up and percolating. That is what I attempt to do. No, I am not a Western medical doctor. I'm not going to give you drugs. I'm going to promote self-healing. I'm going to promote prevention. Now, I just want to mention one thing real quick here about the coronavirus, because I'm really kind of tired of talking about it. I know this is a very controversial area. Do you wear a mask? Don't you wear a mask? Are you vaccinated? Are you not vaccinated? I've done some other podcasts on this, and some of you are very dead set, either for or against. Hey, look, like I said, we're too damn divided on this issue, folks. This is not a political podcast, but we're too divided. There are some things out there I know that will strengthen the immune system. How you eat is one of them. How you sleep. Are you consuming things in your body that is adding more stress to your body? Chronic stress in a pro-inflammatory type of environment in your body. Are you overweight? I get accused of fat shaming. Sorry, it's a fact. People who are statistically going to the hospital more often with sickness and diseases typically are overweight, more obese people. Now, having said that, there are some people who are somewhat overweight who are healthy. I look at 5 different things: sleep, mood, energy, cravings, hunger. If any of those things are out of balance, I don't care what size you are, you're probably not doing something right and you're unhealthy. Now, those are subjective. Now, we can dig deeper and do some lab work and do some questionnaire type stuff to dig deeper and find out what's really going on in your life. But that's what I do. I try to find out where your stress levels are, and we try to curve back on those stressors. Life is about stress, but life is not about chronic stress. We have 2 systems in our body. One is fight or flight. One is rest and digest. If you're always stressing out by eating the wrong type of foods, by drinking too much alcohol, by smoking too much weed, or by doing other recreational drugs, if you're going through a divorce, financial bankruptcy, losing your job, guess what? You're going to be more in the fight or flight category. And what does that do? That tears your gut up, it tears the liver up, it tears the pancreas up, and that affects your brain, because the gut and the brain are connected via the vagus nerve. Whatever your gut goes through, your brain responds accordingly. Pretty good stuff, isn't it? Do most doctors tell you that? I don't think so. Look, guys, like I said, I'm not opposed to medical doctors, but medical doctors are not gods. They're human beings. I will never forget this. I was on a TV show when I lived in Fresno, California. I was a strength coach there for 11 years at Fresno State University. And I did a local TV show. And we were in the green room talking. It was me, a medical doctor, who were going to be on the show talking about health. And I never forget what he told the host of the show that day. He said, 1/3 of what we learn in medical school is correct. 1/3 is wrong. And 1/3 we don't know. That means that about 2/3 of it is either you're wrong or you don't know. Now, personally, I'm not going to put all my faith in that type of philosophy. I want to find out as much as I can how God in heaven, gave me a body that is self-healing and self-regulating. I'm going to do everything I can in my power, how I eat, how I sleep, how I exercise, as long as I don't do too much of anything, because you can overdo exercise too. You can overdo sleeping. But the bottom line, folks, you got to find the balance that's going to work for you. For you. Now, a couple more things I want to talk about here. Right now, there's a lot of stuff out there regarding should you get the vaccination, and there's things about the ivermectin and the monoclonals. Look, I've done just a little bit of research on those things. Another one is hydroxychloroquine, I believe it's called. Can't recall the exact name of it, but these things have been around for a long time. Now, personally, I don't want to put any type of drug in my system. I don't care if it's ivermectin. I don't care if it's some vaccination that's not been approved by the FDA, and especially, I don't put any type of stuff in my body. But if you're going to do it, talk to your doctor. Yes, I'm recommending that. But get a second opinion. Get a third opinion. Talk to somebody like myself, who's more of a holistic philosophy. Talk to somebody like that and get different opinions. Maybe you can partly do the Western side and partly do the Eastern side in terms of pathology and physiology. Reduce some stressors while you're doing the vaccination or doing some sort of medication, or whether you're on cancer treatment or something like that. Doctors are not gods, folks. They're not the total health experts. Here would be the ideal scenario. I know I'm going a little bit long in this podcast. It's called multidiscipline practice, where you have a medical doctor, a chiropractor, nutritionist, and a trainer, and even maybe a therapist, all working together under the same roof. The medical doctor's going to focus on trauma, while the others are going to focus more on prevention. That is what we call multidiscipline practice. So, this is my passion here, guys. I know excuse me if I got a little bit too passionate here. But when someone tells me that, Roberto, what do you know? You're not a doctor. That gets me going. Okay? So, guys, hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you need any help from a holistic perspective in terms of evaluating where you are right now, if the medications aren't working, the vaccinations aren't working, the surgical procedures are not working, contact me or someone like myself. Hopefully it's me. I'll put my name and number on the screen here in a minute. Contact me. I'll run a metabolic panel on you. We'll do some lab work on you. We'll do some lifestyle assessing on you, a metabolic type assessment on you. We can do a lot of different modalities to find out where you are right now in your lifestyle. So guys, take care. God bless. This has been another IST Health Tip of the Day. Take care and bye-bye.